afternoon and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special Monday Night in America here on the NDB Media Network. Of course, I want to give props to Robert Summers Potterton III for our intro music. Well done, Robert, and thank you. We do appreciate it. Today is October. What am I thinking about October? Well, I don't know. We'll get to that in a moment. October 24th, 2022. And we have some wonderful guests right now. But before I get to the guests, hi, Michael.
Hey, how you doing, Roger?
What's going on, dude?
I'm here again tonight.
Yeah, we're here again tonight.
That's true. Yeah.
And it's gonna be absolutely fun. I'm hoping it's gonna be real good. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna invite our guests on right now. I should put them under the gun and make them introduce themselves because I'm probably gonna blow the introductions. But no, I ask you to bear with me. Folks, we have our guests here. We're going to be talking about their movie as well as some of their other productions, and we're really looking forward to it. I want to introduce over there, and actually, I'm pointing in the correct direction. James Clayton, who is up north, at least north for me. Hi, James. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing real well. Really excited for being here. And sure enough, I did not ask about the last names. Lina, good evening, Lina. I blew that one already. So, Lina, how do we pronounce your last name? I'm so sorry.
You're good. No, it's okay. It's Lina Lecompte. It's not that hard. You got it.
For us old guys, yeah, it is. So I do appreciate it, and thank you for saving my dignity. And
you're good.
Here we go. And also, right above me, actually, just because of the little camera shots, I believe it's Janvier. Did I get that right or no?
Yes, Janvier Katabarwa.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. And lo and behold, we're going to have another special guest, and he's going to show me up. Thank you, Richard. Thank you for joining us. And you went, hey, don't play with the screens, Richard.
That's not me. That must be Michael.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
right. Yeah, blame me.
I will.
Folks, this is one of our other hosts who's also in the East Coast. Actually, not the East Coast, but over in Ohio. So, Richard, thank you for joining us. Folks, we're looking forward to having a good time. And as usual, we didn't prep our guests. So,
no idea what's going on.
As a joke, when you've had it with us, you either send it in a little private message or say, we're done. Okay? I think that would probably be the best thing. But all kidding aside, why don't we go ahead and start? Lina,
I don't know what's going on either, so we're all in the same boat.
Fantastic.
You're over-prepared, Richard. Thank you. But all kidding aside, folks, we have our guests on right here. Oh, and I do apologize. Of course, ndbmedia.net. You can follow all the stuff that we have going on right there. And for everyone in the chat room, let us know who you are and where you hail from. Any as you know, any comment, be nice. But we will post the comments here as we have them coming on. So, Lina, as a matter of fact, I understand that you're in a major production. You want to tell us about the production? I know I should have asked James, but I'm going to ask
you should have. But,
I feel like
I know why you asked her, but we won't go into that.
It's James's movie.
So, being that it's James's movie,
Oh,
James,
boy.
why are we here this evening?
Well, I think we're here to talk about Bulletproof. I could be wrong though, but I think we are.
Most definitely, yes, we are here to talk about Bulletproof. James, why don't you give us a lowdown on the project?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Bulletproof. It's also known as Death Pursuit in the United Kingdom and Australia, which, as you can see, I've got some limited edition variant posters with that title, Death Pursuit. And this poster is actually, look, I can't even point. This poster is really cool because each square on this poster is actually a key frame of the movie. So the entire movie is actually behind me, being displayed for all the viewers. But Bulletproof is it's a hard-hitting action thrill ride, very much in the 90s kind of Con Air, Bad Boys style, a little bit of humor, big bombastic action, a little bit of a surrealism in it. And it stars, myself, the wonderful Lina Lecompte, the formidable Janvier Katabarwa, and also how can we not mention, the out of this world. I'm trying to think of the biggest way to describe Vinnie Jones because he's such a large major presence and who's been around for so long as such a great artist.
Well,
That
that's
is. Oh, I'm sorry. No, go ahead, Michael. Yes, I am. I apologize.
Well done. I want that poster.
before we get into some of your actors, you were also the director.
I did.
And you acted in it too.
Yeah.
Now, from the limited things that I have done in my career, not much, I can't even imagine having to direct and be in the same production at the same time. I couldn't do it. How did you manage?
Well, I wouldn't sell yourself short, my friend. You never know once you get into a situation, because I mean, I had my doubts as well, to be quite honest with you. How can you not when you're taking on such a large endeavor? But I did it because I had such a great team, behind and in front of the camera. I was fortunate enough to be able to prep in ample time so that when I got to set, all of the entire team knew exactly what I wanted. So our communication on set was, very much, very efficient. And then I also had the privilege to work with wonderful actors. I didn't have to do more than 2 or 3 takes. I mean, also, we didn't have the luxury of spending an entire day on a scene and doing like 30, 40 takes. And we had to move pretty quick because, as you can see, like there's a lot of coverage in that film, but the actors, everyone was so dialed in. It made my job pretty easy.
Well,
as a matter of fact, James, you did the right. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You did the writing, so there are several credits. This is your story, right? And you worked with others, or?
So yeah, I curated the story with the 2 screenplay writers, Cooper Bebo and Danny Mack, and I've been wanting to collaborate with them for a while. Great filmmakers in their own right, and we came up with the story. I did my own director's polish as well, and did some of the writing on the film leading up to it. But a lot of the heavy script writing was Cooper and Danny, and it lends to their talent as well.
Wow. Michael, by chance, did we upload any images from there right now?
No, we did not.
Would you go ahead, please?
Sure.
Because my computer is being so joyful right now.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I am actually worried. You may hear Siri interrupt. I'm sorry. Oh, every time I say I'm sorry, Siri thinks I'm calling her. So I do apologize if I not be able to, being an old guy, try to be cute every now and then. I'll say, I'm sorry. And that activates Siri. So I am sorry. I'm sure it's going to get around real quick. But tell us, James, how long had you been working on this? And finally, give us a timeline on it, if you would.
Well, it's funny because, especially in the independent film world, where I started, it can take a long time for films, gestate and then finally, get brought to screen. But this movie it was almost like it was compelled to be made. Back in 2019, at the beginning of 2019, I was really looking to switch up my career from producing a lot of horror movies. And I sat down with Danny and Cooper. We collaborated. The script was done by the end of 2019. And we would have shot and completed the film in 2020 if the pandemic hadn't hit. Oh. So as soon as that started to loosen up in 2021, we found the means to be able to start up again. We shot it in 2021. It was done at the end of 2021. So, I mean, all in all, between scripting and making it, quite honestly, it was only maybe about a year and a half, like just under a 2-year process, which is quite quick.
May we have your permission, James? May we play the teaser? I think it's the official trailer.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get to that right now, and then you can talk about it. And of course, our guests, please jump in on it. Did I get the volume on it? Let me see. I apologize. Let me know if you can hear it.
Yeah, this ain't no ordinary everyday getaway.
Tomorrow morning, I'm going to be getting on an airplane and flying far, far away from here. My retirement.
Yeah.
Who are you?
We need to go before my husband catches up.
Temple's your husband.
Yeah.
Isn't the guy that I just ripped off.
Get out of my way!
God have found me. Sorry for their loss.
Yes. Once Temple finds out I'm trying to leave, he will kill me.
Yeah, it's crazy. Where's the Frenchman? Taking care of that thing? You do what you do.
This ain't no ordinary, everyday getaway. Get out my way.
What's got into you, sweetheart?
I'd rather die than go back with you.
We're gonna have this baby. We're gonna be a family. See, I told you you're no good with guns.
I'm not good with guns, but I bet he is.
Let's have some fun. Get her back!
This ain't no ordinary.
Don't stop.
Everyday getaway. Loading up my shots. Yo.
Life on the run isn't much of a real life.
You're only risking your life for money.
Yeah, you're right. You're gonna die a slow death on this stranger.
Loading up. Loading my shots. This ain't no ordinary.
You'll never stop.
Everyday getaway.
People love it.
Not today.
You are gonna see me again.
Loading my shots.
You wanna die like a rat?
Yo, get out of my
You're
way.
nothing.
Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
How you doing tonight? I'm doing pretty good, officers. What happened to your arm?
Wow, that looks great. Very well done. So on the teaser, who worked on the teaser?
Oh, well, that trailer was cut by Lionsgate themselves. So I can't really speak to the process that they went through. I was just immensely happy with what they did. Oh, look at that.
I've never seen that man.
Yeah, that's a good shot. That's probably the best I've looked in a long time.
Good job, Michael. Because...
Well, it came up when I didn't want it to. It's like,
oh, really? Okay. I started to hyperventilate. Yes, laugh at us all you want, guys, because the video stopped, and then it switched to another video, and then the screen popped up like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? Thank you for that, Michael. But all right. Janvier, and again, please correct me if I get it wrong, but in the preview or the teaser right there, so what's the deal? You only have one arm. Are you that much of a stud that's it? Or or were they holding you back? Tell me, what was the deal?
What happened is James Clayton broke my first arm, so I had to use the one left. That's the deal.
So you're giving away spoilers now on the film, Janvier.
Okay, sorry. All right, then we have to be cool. I'm sorry, Janvier, if we already made you violate the NDA. That's what we do right here because, we try to be small, we try to be kind, and we bring everyone in, so it's all good. As soon as Richard's ready to jump in whenever he'd like, by all means. But Lina, that's you in the role. So are you Canadian, if I may ask?
I'm Colombian. I moved to Canada when I was 10.
Oh, wow. Okay,
yeah.
So what is the accent that you are using in the movie?
Well, it is a Colombian accent. It would have been the accent that I had when I first moved here, and the accent that my parents still have. Yeah, it just made sense for the character. So
now it's funny, of course, Lina. You don't speak with an accent. We're the ones that speak with the accent, right?
Sure. Yes. Let's put it that way.
All right. Fair enough. So this was a project that you guys were able to get going finally after COVID. Was it very difficult? Because we over here. Okay, let me back up a moment. We still have some reservations here in the United States for the COVID stuff, but up in Canada, and this isn't a shot, and it's also because I'm ignorant of it, but you guys still have some tighter restrictions, do you not? Because as tourists, it's very difficult for us to still visit. How did you handle some of that stuff?
They just lifted a lot of the restrictions. Sorry, Lina, go ahead. I cut you off.
No, you're right. I was just agreeing with you. They did just lift a lot of the restrictions, but I think we were a little bit tighter with our restrictions than the States was for a while.
Wow. We've actually been for several months now where we've been able to do quite a bit of stuff. And I'm not sure how it is in Hollywood, but it looks like everything is back to normal and has been for a little bit. So when you were shooting this during COVID, being that it was up in Canada, did you have to, was it an all Canadian cast or was everyone already there? Talk about that a bit, James, if you don't mind.
Yeah, for the most part, it was all Canadian cast and everyone was there. Vinnie was the only one that we traveled in, actually. And so I think it's one of the reasons why we were so fortunate enough to get the film done during the pandemic is because I happened to have access to such incredible talent. I'm not sure if you gentlemen know, but like Vancouver is such a hotbed for filming. And as a result of the last 35 years of that, the stunt people, the stunt technicians, and the technicians in actually every department, they're so good. And I mean, some of the drivers in Bulletproof are some of the top stunt drivers in the world. And I'm not even just saying that because, I got to promote the movie, so I got to tell people. But, we had some incredible stunt drivers, and we were doing some things where, I mean, almost the entire film is in camera. There's no green screen or anything. And it was funny because the film was released. There were a couple comments online where people were like, "Oh, that's so fake. You can see the green screen." And I'm like, "That's real. Like the actors are driving. We put a crane on the top of the roof, and we had like incredible stunt drivers driving around us, and like we were doing some wild stuff." So,
James, and for all three of you, as a matter of fact, I'm genuinely surprised when you said 35 years. Look, I discovered Vancouver as being a hotbed of activity maybe around the late 1990s or the early 2000s. And I discovered that Vancouver was very active because of Battlestar Galactica and the reimagining. And I had no idea. Being here in Southern California and having a few, union connections and stuff. Though I'm not on the inside. I'm not. But, knowing that it's called runaway production over here in Southern California. And a lot of it was going to Vancouver. I had no idea that you guys had been at it. And I'm not trying to be dismissive or derisive. For 35 years, really?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've been in the game as long as a lot of other countries have been in the game. I mean, Rocky 1 was shot here. Rambo First Blood was shot in Hope. That would have been back in the early 80s, right? Was that 82, maybe 81? Between 81 and 83 was shot. I mean, one of even another subsequent big production that was shot here, I think it was like 86, was Bird on a Wire with Goldie Hawn and Mel Gibson. That was shot here. And it's a great snapshot of Gastown in the business district when you look at some of it. So it's been going on for quite some time. Yeah, absolutely.
So no green screen, no computer animation, nothing like that?
No, not on this film. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no. All of us became our own Tom Cruise.
So the explosion, so the explosion was real, or was that CGI?
Which explosion?
With the barrels, with the flammable barrels.
The barrels. That one was real, and we augmented it ever so slightly with CGI.
Oh, okay.
The first explosion.
That's different. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that effect was. I thought that was an awesome effect. So that's why I'm asking if it was practical or a little CGI. So CGI, it was pretty well done, because usually those CGI fire things usually don't come out very well.
No, they don't. Yeah, and that was one of the contentious issues with me of doing that explosion specifically. The first one is entirely practical. And then that one in general, we couldn't go as big as I'd wanted to because that airplane graveyard happened to be next to a fuel refinery. So when I was talking to the stunt team and everything, and we ultimately went to the fuel refinery, and they were like, "There's no way an explosion is going to trigger anything with all the safety and all of that." But we still, worked within all of the safety parameters with all of the proper officials and everything. And because of that, we had to augment it a little bit. But I would say probably about 2/3 of that explosion is real.
This is one of the scenes that you mentioned, right? At the airplane graveyard?
Yeah. This is it right here.
Okay. So where did you guys actually do the filming? I know, I'm sure near Vancouver, but where was it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Lina or Janvier, why don't you answer? I've been doing a lot of talking.
A lot of talking. We don't want to hear your voice anymore.
No more, I tell you.
I'm kidding. Well, we shot in this really small town in BC called Cache Creek and kind of like the surrounding areas of it. The airplane graveyard was in Kamloops, right? Am I?
It was. That was the
Yeah, it was in Kamloops, BC. Yeah. I don't know. BC is so cool. You can like drive a few hours and be in a totally different setting. So yeah, we had a lot to work with, and the location scouting was pretty. I was so impressed with it. I'm still impressed with it. I don't know how you guys found this random airplane graveyard. Like,
you know, to answer to that, it's because when the pandemic hit, we had a lot of time on our hands. We spent the summer of 2020 traveling to these areas, and so we had the benefit of doing a location scout a year prior. And we saw everything that we wanted. And then we did some revisions on the script in order to, tailor it to the functionality of the locations. And to add to Lina, Cache Creek and Kamloops, and then Ashcroft was the other town. They're part of an area, a large area known as the Thompson-Nicola region in the province of British Columbia. And it's technically like a desert. So that's where you see all the sagebrush as if you were in New Mexico. And you get, quite that beautiful sun and that deserty kind of terrain. It's a wonderful, wonderful area to go and film in. And the people were so accommodating. I'd love to go shoot there again.
Wow. Go ahead, Richard. I was going to ask about that right there, that big toy. I've got to know about that. Is it real? How is it? I mean, wow, that's pretty big. And I'm deliberately circling that area because
you were the one who got to handle it. Did you want to answer that question?
Oh yes, this was real. We used the bullets for movies, but the gun was actually real. We had to shoot you shoot any other machine guns, and it was heavy as hell.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it as heavy as it looks? That's the...
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, I recognize that gun, and I remember from the one time that I had a chance to fire it, and I did it as a young kid though. Did you ever fire a gun or a weapon like that before? I shouldn't call it a gun. Had you ever had a chance to fire a weapon like that ever in your life?
Before, not really a big one like this. No. I did some tactical training, when I was training as a stuntman, trying to be an action star, but I never had to shoot the machine gun. Yeah, that was my first time.
Wow. So did they give you a full clip? Did they let you fire it off?
We tested it before we use it. So we had this tactical advisor, a military advisor. So we had to go on the side and then shoot first and see how it feels. And then after we went for the show.
Wow, good job. Obviously, I'm going to have to put the obligatory thank you, James, and for everyone in the production that was able to do it right. And I'm alluding to what happened about a year ago here in the States. Good job. It's really sad what happened out in New Mexico with another production, but I'm going to leave it at that. Unless you want to go in and comment, you know what I'm alluding to.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a terrible tragedy.
Yes.
To further comment on the machine gun, used in the film, they actually don't make air guns or fake guns of those machine guns. Every single gun in the film is an air gun. It was all fake, and we did that, for the safety of production. And this was, well before that horrible incident happened. So when we actually had that big mama on set, we definitely slowed things down. And, we actually had 2-3 stunt people on set managing it. We had an armorer, we had an Army specialist, and then we had our stunt coordinator as well. And then, of course, there's all of the protocol that happens even when firing, even blanks or, the film rounds, as you would call it.
Folks, a lot of people did not know stuff like that, as you're just briefly discussing. Most of us do not understand that. And it came to light with that sad event that took place. But it's good to hear. It's nice to hear in a very juvenile way, but respectfully, that you guys knew what you were doing, and everyone ended up being safe. Lina, you got a chance to play with a gun. I'm being a bit dismissive, and I don't mean to be, but you got a chance to hold a weapon in the shoot. Was it your first time?
Yeah, it was my first time ever holding a gun, but I didn't even bother doing any like training or going to the shooting range or anything because my character purposely, you hear it in the trailer, she like doesn't know really, she's not very good with guns at all. So I was like, perfect, I have this part of the character down. It's great. I don't have to do any work for that. But it was cool. It was really fun. I got to learn a little bit, and I didn't actually have to aim well, which is fantastic.
This one, which is good, that is cool.
Yes.
James, this one then, in this shot, this was an air gun then?
Yeah, that would have been an air gun.
Dude, no way. It doesn't look like him, man.
Yeah, they make really good replicas now. It's pretty wild. And it's just full of air. So that's why you get the live action. So that's how you can fake it really well. And then you do the CGI afterwards with the clips coming out, or not the clips, the rounds, the empty rounds, etc.
Right. So does a weapon like that, I imagine, well, I don't imagine, in the real world it does have a kick. Lina, did that have any kick whatsoever? And okay, so it did, huh?
Yeah, like a little bit. You definitely, like, I definitely felt it like in my wrist. That it was. I don't know what to compare it to because I've never actually shot like an actual bullet. But it definitely had a little bit of a kick. I don't know if it was comparable to the real thing, but it helps sell it, I think.
I believe both of your castmates would probably be able to comment on that. I'm sure it's comparable, right, Janvier?
Say it again.
The kick. Well, yours was real. Did you get a chance to like use another one, like the smaller one? Yeah, you did, right? You had a smaller one.
Yeah.
Was that one an airsoft as well?
Different, but kind of same feel. Just heavier. Yeah. Usually, you said something about kicks.
Yeah, the actual kick or the recoil. Sorry. Do you really feel the recoil on the ones that you were using and maybe the airsoft ones? Are you able to tell a difference? Can you tell one's an air gun and one is?
With air, yes, but for that machine gun, it's not like really like air with the pistols that we used because it's just air. But that one has to fit some rounds. It's kind of same feel. But for pistols with airsoft or something, whatever they call them, it's not the same. It's not the same. You don't feel the pushback. But for the real round, like these ones, it's yeah, you could even see that on my cheek or like a shaking, like.
Oh, I hear you. Hey, James, nice shot on this one. You're really hiding behind Lina on that one. I think it's just it's a great promo shot right there.
It's very heroic.
Yeah, definitely very heroic.
Yes.
It's just great, man. Yeah.
I caught back on that actually because it's supposed to be like a funny, cheeky moment. And thank you for the compliment. It is a great promo shot. But I remember there were a couple comments when the film came out where people, you could tell, got so involved in the movie. They were like, that guy's a coward. What is he doing hiding behind the girl? I didn't like that part. He should have been out there fighting. And I kind of laughed because I was like, oh, okay.
Well, that's because he already had an injury.
Thing.
Yeah.
So he needed to be protected.
He's being smart. It's called strategy from both of them. They're both smart people.
That is cool. So, James, I'm going to get back to you in a moment. But Lina, is this your first major role then in
Yeah.
I was going to say Hollywood, and I apologize. No, I guess. Yeah, this is your first major role, right?
Yeah, this was my first like lead role in a feature film, and what a great role to be your first role. Honestly, there was so much for me to work with, and it was so much fun and really exciting. Yeah.
Did you enjoy the trunk?
The trunk, yes, it was my home. It's actually where I would go. They didn't book me a hotel or anything while we were shooting.
So that's where you kind of lived? Okay.
Yeah, so they got me a pillow and a blanket.
Oh, I'm glad they did that. Did James provide that or?
No, production did. James actually asked them to not give me a pillow and a blanket, but they felt bad. Yeah, but it was great. It was really comfortable, very spacious, more spacious than you would think. And that part is not actually a joke. It was actually really spacious
at all.
It is. It's really. We had like a whole little mattress pad in there.
It was a big Crown Vic. I mean, those cars were made to put at least 4 or 5 bodies in. So, I mean, she was very comfortable.
Yeah, it was
all right, James, you actually took the time to figure out how many bodies would fit in there. Good job. I'm concerned.
I am concerned.
Yeah.
No, that is cool. So I understand that you were excited in this, but were you intimidated at first? Were you worried? And that's probably insulting. I shouldn't have said.
No, it's not insulting.
Experience.
Yes. Right. I was so scared. I was like, these people are counting on me, and if I screw up, I don't know what I'm gonna do. It was kind of intimidating, and also like I knew that they'd already been, like they'd all done movies before, and they'd all kind of like been. I mean, I have no name, right? So they kind of took a chance on me. It was a little nerve-wracking, but I knew that if I just put in the work, it would all work out, and I think it did. So, yeah.
Very well done. Janvier, was this one of your first major roles?
Yes. Yeah, me too. It was my first major role. Like Lina was really nervous when I got the part because I was like, what if I mess it up? What if I mess up? And I remember my first day on set, we were shooting a scene in a tunnel. And I would finish shooting and I look at James and he's not telling me anything. I was like, what's going on? And I had to go to ask him if I'm doing everything right. I said, yeah, I didn't say anything because you're doing great. I was like, and since then I was relaxed and then, just shoot like, this is what I was waiting for. Here it is with the confidence. But before I got nervous as well.
Did you do your own stunts?
Yes, for fighting, except driving. But all those falls, kicking, punching, it was all me.
So I know you had extensive work as a stuntman. So that's why I asked that you probably did your own stunts. Did you stunt for anybody else on the film?
Say it
or
again?
just your own? Did you just do your own stunts?
I did my only stunt, my stunts, not for anyone else. Yeah.
And the thief lost a lot of points when he used Mia as a shield for your gun. When we got to that part, I'm watching the movie. I'm saying, "What the is he doing?" And she's smiling like, "Here I am, bitch." So that really, I don't know how I felt. You lost a lot of points there, Mr. Clayton, for as the thief for using her as a shield. I see the point of it, but still, a pregnant woman as a shield. And you stand behind her a lot in that movie too. So,
wow,
he's got to be strategic. He's got to be smart, and I got to be strategic. If he dies, if I'm not the shield for this man, and he dies, it's game over for me. I need him.
Yeah.
I got to be his shield.
I know, but still, I didn't expect that. So that was cool. So it's like, okay, she's going to be a shield now. I mean, what else can this woman be doing? I mean, you had a good part, but. I think, okay, go. I can't think of anything else.
Well, I have a kind of a question for James, just a technical, which I thought was interesting because in the credits you were listed as the thief. And then the character Lina, asks you at the end of the film what your name is, and you're telling her your name, and there's all this noise and you can't even hear what you say. And she goes, "Oh, that's a nice name." Was that on purpose? I'm assuming it was.
Absolutely.
Did you wanted to keep him incognito for maybe a sequel or something? Or can't you talk about that?
I mean, there's a few answers, a few questions in there to unpack, but it definitely was done intentionally and quite cheeky as well. There were some inspirations in the film from, the old spaghetti westerns and, the man with no name and all of that. And I mean, it's been done before. I mean, even, Kill Bill, right? Uma Thurman, Quentin Tarantino did it very cool by, they always called her Kid and her name's like Kidama something. In the end, you reveal. But I always found what's really interesting about not naming your character is it actually gives the audience like a really immediate experience. That's the hope anyways. And because the film is such a runaway train, I thought it would be very interesting to like just drop you into it and then experience it as much as like a first person experience with the audience as possible. So it kind of lends to it. And also it's a great talking point of mystery. I always liked those films that kind of ended with something to kind of go, well, what do you think it was? And then you never know, it may lead into the sequel and maybe there are a couple hints as to what that answer might be.
I think the sequel should be called The Frenchman's Revenge.
Ah.
The way you ran him over, left him on the road. No. He's got to come back in the sequel and get some payback.
I can't say too much, but I would say that payback is always something that should be in order. Definitely.
Wow, that is cool. It looks like there's something that we're trying to get something of, but all right.
So when I was watching the movie, and I like that there's a lot of action and there's a lot of noise to keep millennials and Gen Zeros from looking at their phones. Was that done on purpose? Was that done on purpose? Do you even think about that? Because it seems like to me that they only look up and they hear a loud noise and then they go back to their phone.
Yeah, I didn't think of that specifically. I was really only drawing from the experience that I've had in the last few years, just like making and selling movies and what I know that like buyers are attracted to. And I really wanted to make something that was just like a roller coaster. I didn't want to have to, and it actually was a little bit of a function as well of me directing and acting in it too. I wanted something that was going to be light and a throwaway, not for the sake of it being a throwaway, as in like it shouldn't be thought about meticulously or cared for, because I certainly put a lot of care and time into the movie, but something that had a levity to it, and that didn't weigh on your psyche too much. So I think maybe that's what I was thinking about. And if it grabbed the Gen Zs, then that's cool.
If you're millennials, I kind of apologize. But anyway, I noticed I liked it myself, even though I'm a boomer, but I still liked all the noise and the room was shaking, so I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying though, because it doesn't afford a lot of times for that in-depth character development. Kind of lends itself, a lot of first, independent films and say like a series. There I shouldn't say I'm generalizing. It's not a hard fast rule, but a lot of them kind of are a little bit more leaner on the bone the first time, and then when you get into the sequel, if people have an appetite for the world and the stories, you get to kind of explore it just a little bit more, which is what, I intend to do. I'm
glad to hear that, because it would be to go, well, I would like to see more of your backstory. And plus the Frenchman, I mean, this guy's kicking ass all over the place and we don't know much about him.
No.
So I would like to see, I mean, he could probably have his own movie as far as I'm concerned, have him.
Yeah, absolutely good. Yeah.
I mean, I know all this costs money, but I watched the film today. I watched it on Amazon today, and I just watched it. And even though, Lina, that you were playing a pregnant character, you still did a lot of action, running around with that with a pregnant belly. You were still, in the action.
Yeah. There's still a lot of running, a lot of adrenaline to keep you going, I bet. Yeah, it was really hot with that pregnancy belly, I will say. Because we were shooting in the summer, it was like 40 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit?
That's hot.
90
something.
90 something? Yeah. I don't actually know the exact conversion, but it was really hot. So all that running around with a pregnancy belly will get to you. But it was really fun. I'm really glad that I was able to do a lot of that stuff too.
That's 104 down here.
Oh, is it 104? Oh, that's worse than I thought. Okay.
It's like double 23 or 24, I think, is what the conversion is.
So Lina, have you been to the shooting range to work on your aim?
No, I haven't, and I purposely didn't go. I kind of considered it. I was like, it'd be kind of fun to go, but I was like, if I learn how to do it it's just gonna look more realistic if I don't learn anything. That she knows nothing about guns, exactly the same way that I don't know. Then I don't have to counter pretend that I don't know.
Act.
Yeah, but what
exactly.
you want to go ahead, Mike. I'm
Exactly.
sorry.
No,
Make it easier for myself.
Exactly. You got other
Yeah.
things to worry about, like running and all that stuff. So
Exactly. Yes. Yeah, totally.
So I'm gonna mess up your name. Is it Janvier?
Janvier.
I'm an ignorant white man, so I'm sorry.
And I'm ignorant Latin man.
But you've done a lot of stunt work, and I guess I don't know if you remember, what was it like working on the set of Supernatural?
Oh yeah, I worked on Supernatural as a stuntman. Yes.
I mean, you've done a lot of shows. I mean, since I'm a Supernatural fan, and I picked that up, and I somehow found that out. I don't know. The internet kind of told me that you had stunt work on there, and I didn't know if you had any kind of experience how the set was when if you remember that, or if you were there very long.
Yeah, it's been a long time, but stunts. I've been doing stunts since I moved in Vancouver to pursue a film career. Because I had an accent, I was getting just one liner here and there. And the best way to fully be on pointing direction was to do stunts, because I grew up doing martial arts. I started martial arts since I was 11 years old. So
yeah,
kicking and punching, that was mostly my language in film.
But if Arnold Schwarzenegger can get through with his accent, I'm sure you can too. I don't see why not.
I know, but most of the time they hire people with an American accent. But I try sometimes. Sometimes I get coaching for American accent, but I feel better when I use my own accent, which was the case on Bulletproof. So your intent is more real. I don't have to focus on
Right. You can just
all those So I was myself. That's why I really enjoyed playing the Frenchman in Bulletproof, just being myself. Yeah,
and that's good to hear.
Some more movies with you, Janvier, because I like it just the way you are. Keep your accent as is.
Yeah, I would love to, but sometimes the industry, it's
Mr. Clayton, what was the budget on the film, and what was the most important lesson you learned for being a first-time director?
Those are great questions. Well, I can't fully disclose what the budget was, because Lionsgate will have my neck in a noose.
More than $2.
We didn't have a $10 million budget.
I looked for the budget because I wanted to know what kind of money you had to work with to pull it off.
Hey, you know what? I had to hold up a lot of banks. Let's just say that. I'm on the run right now.
It's never enough, is it, James? On the budget, right? It's never enough.
No, it isn't, because if you're doing it right, your appetite for execution should always exceed your means. I had a friend who had a $14 million budget, and all I did was listen to them complain about how they didn't have enough money. And I thought to myself, $14 million, my gosh, what could I do, right? I could do a lot of cool, fun stuff. But the biggest lesson that I learned directing was to listen. Listening's the most important thing. And I mean, listening's the most important thing in everything, but really directing, a lot of people might think that directing is telling people what to do. And it is true. Like you're curating all of the voices of the team that you brought on board to make sure that you have the most unified vision, right? You're helming that ship. But you have to really listen. And hopefully you've hired the right people that you can afford yourself to listen. Hopefully you didn't hire any duds and then you're like, okay, well, I can't listen to this person because they're going to lead me astray. But I would say that was the biggest lesson for sure.
Did you call anyone for advice, like another director? Or did you just go, or did you just pay attention to other directors and other movies that you have done?
You know what? I don't recall actually asking for any advice. You know, I've been fortunate enough to have a lot of experience, you know, on film sets, and I knew the story because I created. I just knew the story so much. I knew exactly what I wanted that I didn't really ask for advice from like a separate director. I kind of just knew what I needed to do.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I'm just saying you did a good job if that's the case.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, look at this. Someone, Deadpool 2. Huh? Janvier. That's right.
Wow.
I'm seeing the comments light up.
Yeah. I remember Deadpool 2.
Yeah, what'd you do in Deadpool 2 again, Janvier?
I did two things. I was a stuntman. I also did the stand-in. Yeah. So
which actors did you stand in for?
There's one scene in the prison. I was actually there's this actor who was a military prison guard commander.
Oh
He
yeah.
was actually directly with Ryan Reynolds. So I was standing. Yeah, he had only 1 or 2 days, so I was just there for those 2 days. That's how I got to work with Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, he'll come already understand. You know, rehearse his scene with me sometimes. That guy is a hardcore. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Can you tell us anything about the legend of Johnny Jones?
Vinnie Jones.
Johnny Jones. Isn't that an upcoming film that you have, or haven't you done anything with that yet? I'm just looking at your IB. I just wanted to know.
For
John, you might not be able to talk about
a film you have no idea you're attached to.
Well,
that happens.
Well, maybe it was a surprise from your agent. Hey, guess what? Tomorrow you're going here. So yeah, that could.
Funny you should say that, Richard.
Yeah, so
I'm looking it up. I have to know.
On his IMDb?
The Legend of Johnny Jones, Officer Fringe.
The film, they actually contacted me and they offered me the part, but I haven't heard anything yet when they're gonna start shooting.
Oh, okay. I mean, I didn't know. I mean, I just looked a little bit ahead, and it looked, like I said, it has you in the movie. And there's one before that too, so you probably don't know anything about that one either. So
yeah, I'm still waiting because I got.
Okay. So you're still waiting for the phone call for him to say, "Hey,
yeah,
you should have been here yesterday, huh?" Yeah, that would have.
We haven't shoot the film yet. So,
Danny Trejo is in it.
Sorry, you got Danny Trejo, Jake Busey, Kevin Sorbo, Tom Sizemore. Man, you got some stars in here, man.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So I spoke to the producer, and that was it. I don't know yet when they're gonna film the show. I'm still waiting to hear them.
Well, fingers crossed it's soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, folks, it's, you know, listening to you, how you mentioned that there was a little bit of nervousness doing this movie. I don't know how you guys can do any of the productions. As I understand, and I'm generalizing here, and maybe you can all help me out with some thoughts on this, but it's feast or famine for you guys. First, you struggle to go through all of the, not the interviews, but, you know, where you have to apply for the shot, and then you have to wait, and then when you're doing the movie, it's another level of stress. I mean, I don't know how you guys handle that, man. It's just for us regular folk, we pass probation, we work. That's it.
It's a lot of.
It seems like it's a roller coaster ride. I'm sorry, Lina, I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. I was literally just gonna say that it was like a roller coaster. Like it's the most. There's no stability in this line of work, really. Like you audition and then you work and then you have no idea when or if your next job is gonna be coming. But thankfully, things just kind of. I really do find things just kind of work themselves out, and I think we are all pretty happy with how things have been going for the last. Since Bulletproof, so can't complain. It's a cool career. Like it's a roller coaster, but it's a cool roller coaster to be on for sure.
That's the beauty of it.
Janvier?
It's the beauty of it. Yeah, being in that position where you don't know what's next, and then being there, and then it's another day, and it's something new. You're already in there. It's like being in the ring when you start fighting. Everybody, champions, they all have a little bit of fear. But you get punched in the face, and then you look at yourself, and you're like, I'm still alive. So I need to, to be in the moment. That's when you start fighting back, and when you win, that I don't know how to describe that, And remember how you were afraid, and then now you're the winner and the champion. It's like, wow, it's the same as in the film. So especially when you got to work with a talented team, like the team that James managed to put together, and then you see him also directing, producing, acting, sometimes jump in and do his own stunts. You're like, oh man, I have the easiest job here. So I just have to do my
It's true.
And then like I have to do acting and do my own stunts. That's it. Two things. And then you see a man here who is doing all those things and never loses cool. You're like, let me relax and then enjoy the moment. That's when you start to actually feel like, yeah, you're doing it. Yeah.
So, Mr. Clayton, do you know the thief's name? Is that already known, or haven't you come up with it yet?
Well, director, writer, I'm just curious. Is there a name? But you just can't tell us right now.
Yeah, there's definitely a name.
Okay.
But
that's fair.
And thank you for inquiring and your interest in knowing what it is, but I could never divulge it.
Well, I was going to say, if there wasn't a name, how about Richard? Because that would be
that's a good name. Yeah, you don't know. You might have nailed it. You might not be too far off the mark.
Then and when people call you Dick, you don't know if they're calling you a dick or they're just calling you Dick. So a lot of humor can be used with Dick. A lot of Dick humor is usually pretty good.
Yeah, it can be. But Janvier, did you actually have it, or because in the credits it lists you as the Frenchman? So do you have a name as well, or no?
I am the Frenchman. That's my name.
Yeah,
that's his name.
Okay,
I love that answer.
So when you do your prep and you give it, I'm sticking with Janvier on this one for a moment. Do you think of a background for your character, or were you provided, okay, this is what you're going to do and this is why you're doing it? Or did you, after reading the script, what you were given, did you come up with the backstory for the character? And did you give him a name or what? Yeah, would you talk about that a little bit?
So as you mentioned it, there was a lot of backstory for the Frenchman, but by reading the whole script, because I took time to read everything, so based on the characters of the thief and even Temple, and then you see how they are all kind of bad guys, but they have a reason they do what they do. So I had to just, by preparing my character, I was like, okay, why am I a killer, a hitman, or why am I doing what I'm doing? So I had to make a choice of who the person I want to be as a hitman. So I kind of put in my head that there's a reason why I do what I do. It's a man on his job that I'm good at, and I don't have to kind of change, trying to be this villain, like mean, or just be myself, just in case, that's the moment or the word I know. If I grow up with a hitman, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. But I don't have to be super, mean guy, and I could be nice guy. But also James helped me to, to make a choice of who the person I wanted to be. I said, you don't need to do much. You're doing good. So it gave me confidence actually to keep that way of life, knowing that I'm just a man on his work, that I'm good at and that I love. and there's a reason why I'm doing what I'm doing.
That's cool. I'm going to come back to you in a moment, Lina. What sort of detail? I mean, what were your instructions? And I'm going to go to James, and I'm going to go back to them.
Well, James and I actually went out for coffee to talk about Mia's backstory for a while. So he gave me a lot to work with to begin with, because sometimes for whatever characters you're playing, you kind of just have to make things up to kind of make them a more fleshed out character. But with him, he had a better idea of where he wanted Mia to come from and what her story looked like. So it gave me a lot to work with. And I also did a lot of like perspective journaling. So I would journal from Mia's point of view. And that really helped me. That's kind of, we had a whole backstory for her and how she ended up with Temple and all of that. Yeah.
That's cool. Let me interrupt real quick. I do want to take a quick moment, ladies and gentlemen. It's Monday Night in America here on the NDB Media Network. And we have some wonderful guests discussing the movie Bulletproof right now. I want to give a shout out to Rosalind. Thank you for the like. And we have several people watching on the program. Folks, please don't be shy. And lo and behold, we have a surprise visitor from one of our other programs here. And she was going to come in as a guest, but I think she wants to ask a few questions as well. Casey Shapiro. Now we're getting East Coast heavy. So
she's right near me. Yes.
Yeah, actually, they're like miles away from each other. And then Richard. And of course, I would be in the middle of those. So yeah, that's about right. Hi, Casey. How you doing? Thank you for joining us.
I'm doing well. I must admit that I'm coming because you asked, and I don't quite know what I walked in on, but I'm happy to talk to you guys.
Excellent. Well, Casey, we've got to figure out what's wrong with your bandwidth because it's so awesome that it's like watching one of those Asian movies. You know, I can't use that other phrase because I'll get in trouble, you know, but it's one of those movies where you're talking and then we see the video.
Boy.
Dubbed movie.
Yeah, and not dubbed very well. So I would be the producer in that movie. So, but it's all good. James, I was kind of messed around because I wanted to know how they interpreted their roles. Did they go too far? Did you provide them enough? Or like, was there a moment where like, okay, no, I don't want you to do that. But you know, how did it work out as you being the director, the writer? It's your story, man. Did it match? And I know that's probably a messed up question.
No. I think it's a pretty pertinent question. I think it certainly did match. I mean, a lot of the directing happens in the casting phase, a lot of it. And so, you know, I really wanted to make sure, just knowing kind of the chaos that we were going to be stepping into in terms of the setups and the stunts and everything. I had to make sure that the actors that I was bringing on board had all of the qualities of the characters that I wanted naturally. You know, so to kind of speak a lot to, Janvier and his answer. You know, when we were doing some of the rehearsals, Janvier was kind of doing a little bit of like a tough guy, a routine. And I remember telling him, like, look, I hired you for you. So I don't want you, and I wrote the part for Janvier as well. I'd wanted to work with Janvier for a while, and I was trying to figure out what would work for him. So I said to him, I was like, just be yourself and it's all going to work. You know, design the parameters of what's needing to happen around how you just naturally occur. And, a lot of the great directors that I, look up to from the past, like, Clint Eastwood or Michael Cimino, and the list goes on. They all, talk about that stuff where you want to make sure that you're casting very in line with the sensibility, and it goes to Lina as well. I mean, her part was really hard to cast because you need someone that was believable to have been with a gang leader, but also had to have had the decency in them, right? Like you could easily have cast, there's lots of actors that you could have cast that looks like they could have been married to a gangland leader, but probably wouldn't have had that goodness in them where you could have believed the switch over, and it would have been something where you really wanted to root for that person. And so I thought Lina was a perfect combination of that when we did our chemistry read together. I really thought that it was believable that she was young enough and probably naive enough at one time to get sucked into that world, and then able to bounce out of it when, the reality of having a child, kicks in.
Oh, that's cool. I appreciate that.
Cool.
Richard kind of talked about it very briefly, and it was the money issue. And I don't want to broach it anymore other than to ask this question. Were you, in doing this movie, where or what do you wish you had a little bit more of? Did you wish you had more time, a film? Or did you wish that you had more means? I mean, what was it? Because as I've been told, and in our interviews, you don't always get what you want. And that's not a shot, James. It's just, I'm curious. What do you wish you had more of in this production?
That's such a great question. If I was to be 100% honest, I don't think I would do anything different on it. I don't think I would ask for more money. I don't think I'd ask for a different actor or a different experience. I think the only thing that I would wish for is I would go back and do it all over again. I had so much fun.
To do it again, right? To relive it?
I would just repeat it. Yeah.
Oh,
the experience was the best experience I've ever had on film, and I'm going to cherish it for the rest of my life. So that would be my honest.
Okay, and I appreciate that. You're going to cherish this one till the next one comes up. But this is the real first one, right? Where it's like everything came together.
It was it's the one where I walked away from, and I was really happy about, the entire symphony and how it happened, and really happy with everyone's work. I've been, had the privilege, fortunate enough to be involved with a number of movies, but never really 100% happy, with the end result, because it's such a process. You're always wanting to strive. That's not to say there isn't stuff that I've learned and want to improve on. Like if we make a sequel, I'm going to do something a little bit different, but I wouldn't change this one in any way. Not at all. I'm really happy with this movie.
That is cool. That is good to know.
Did you oversee the editing, James, or did you let the editor go? So you did oversee it.
Yeah, well, Zach Steele, who's one of the producers, he was the editor on the film as well. And we sat down, and I was in the entire editing process with him, which sometimes could be considered a faux pas, but we have such a great working relationship. He's a fantastic editor in his own right. He wholeheartedly was the editor of that film, and he would work on things, and I would come back and we would tweak and we do passes. But yeah, I was, from the scripting stage all the way to when the sound was done and we printed the film, I was there every single step of the way.
Does the DVD Blu-ray have commentary?
Oh, dude!
Well, it doesn't, which is something that I would have been into including. We also had a behind-the-scenes documentary that we curated that's about an hour long on the making of the movie, which was held back from the Blu-ray release. So I hope I'm not revealing anything I shouldn't be. I think Lionsgate's probably going to release it at some point. So yeah, there's more stuff on how the film came together. But I would do a commentary. I absolutely would.
What about a blooper reel?
There's blooper stuff. I don't know how much is put into a watchable form, but I've been threatened with some of the blooper reels, to be honest with you. I had a penchant for singing on set in between takes. So
will the next one be Bulletproof, the musical?
Yes.
Well, that's no.
I'm kidding.
We're doing a Broadway adaptation.
I see.
Works better for the form. All right, and then the sequel proper will still be serious. But anytime we get it up on live stage,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So will it be Broadway based or will it be in Vancouver then?
No, Broadway for sure.
It has to be Broadway. And I mean,
For
you
sure.
can take it
We already
off.
have like dates set, I think, right? We
Oh,
got to
wow.
start working on the choreography soon with the guns and stuff too.
Well, I'm not,
That'll be nice.
It's all different casts, right? Like we've cast people who just kind of look like us.
Oh,
so-
not for me. That's embarrassing for you. They replaced you?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not.
Wow. I'm doing my own role. Sad for you.
Oh
But
boy.
I'm kind of glad you're not coming to it.
Oh man.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You can take a little picture of him with you so you feel like he's really there still.
Oh no.
No,
It's
you
a
wouldn't do that?
blessing that he's not. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We get along really well. I just like to be cheeky with that stuff.
Lina, if I may, you have several credits: Monster High, Motherland, and they're now Hollywood or the production business is crazy on how you can film something first, and then you can do something else, which will come out before. But we have on your IMDb the most recent Monster High, the movie.
Yes.
And then following is Motherland, and then you have Bulletproof, and then you have Charmed, which was a year before. Of those four, are they in order? Probably not, right?
Not exactly. It was Bulletproof, then we shot Monster High, then I shot Motherland, then I shot another project that's not on there. And yeah, I think those are all the ones that you mentioned.
Oh, is there another project that we may know about, or no?
There's 2 other projects that I
Oh,
don't
2?
know. Well, yeah, maybe 3. We don't know. I can't say anything. I don't know.
Understood. Fair enough. But in Motherland, you were in 4 episodes then.
Yeah, I had a recurring role on that, which was really fun to get to work over a few months.
Lupe Cortez.
Yes, that's right. She's got a very, very Latino name.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's fair.
Mr. Clayton, can you confirm that you are going to play Luke Harding on Villain?
Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, you know, that's so funny. You're the second person to ask me about that. That is the
I asked you about that.
You're the third person. Third person. Well, I mean, I would play the part. I mean, it's the sequel to Residue, which was a very H.P. Lovecraft film that's on Tubi right now. That came out in 2017, and so Luke Harding's the name of that private investigator. I mean, it all depends if the filmmaker Rusty Nixon wants to do a sequel. And especially if he wants to do a sequel with me. But yeah, I would return as that character for sure.
But it says rumored, so I thought maybe you could shine some light on that. Give us an exclusive.
I wish I would give you the exclusive on that one for sure. I don't know what the inside track is. It's so interesting that you asked, because a previous interviewer asked me about that too, and no one has really been talking about a sequel until late. So I find it fascinating. Yeah, no, I would. You should definitely check the film out. It's on Tubi, so you can watch it for free. And it's very H.P. Lovecraft. It's very gory. It's very trippy. It's kind of like Naked Lunch. It's a very interesting movie, and kind of like a delicious world to kind of play in. And you'll see some reoccurring characters and appearances of actors from Bulletproof, actually, in it. So it'll be kind of a cool treat to watch. But yeah, I mean, you can start the Reddit or whatever the fan base, make sure, bring back the sequel to Residue, and we'll see.
I'll get right on that. Well, that's cool. And since it's that time of year, it seems like it would be a good time to watch that. Yeah, you said on Tubi?
It's on Tubi, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's no problem. Sounds Lovecraft sounds good to me.
Oh yeah, no, it was a well done film.
Let me switch gears real quick. Janvier, you were in and I don't recognize this, but you were in a program, I guess it was a mini series on TV called Last Chance. I'm not familiar with that one. Could you tell us about that?
Yes, Last Chance is I actually produced the film when I moved. Yes. So I was lucky enough to have some actors who wanted to jump on the project. So we shot the first, I would call TV miniseries. We didn't know where we wanted to go. I didn't know much about the market, film market, but to me was.
Your ear is so good looking, Janvier.
Yeah. I just produced this film because I wanted to act first, give myself a role and then practice, and also learn how to produce. I'm very practical learner. That's how Last Chance came up. But me and the writer, we didn't have the same line on the project, so we stopped from there.
I've been fortunate enough to see this production, and Janvier is pretty badass in it. There's some really good action in it.
That must be not an outtake, but this is behind the scenes, is it not?
Yeah, this is behind the scenes, yes.
Oh, okay. No, that is cool. I unfortunately, when I was checking out the IMDb before, I wanted to ask you about that because I'm just not familiar with this one. I had not seen it. Is it on Showtime, or where could we find this one?
Last Chance?
Yeah.
It's not distributed or anywhere. We just kept it in the shelves. Maybe we're going to go back to it.
Oh, okay. I understand. That's why. Okay, that's why I haven't seen it. All right. Oh, that is cool. And that's why I was asking, because I haven't seen it anywhere. I'm not familiar with it. So that's cool. Okay, I get it. All right. Fair enough.
We did a trailer, which was everywhere, and then we just put it on hold to see where we're going to go with it. Okay. But of course, James, I showed it to James. On the film.
All right. Well, James, since you were not involved, could you tell us about it?
About Last Chance, yeah. I mean, it was a wonderful film that was shot in North End, British Columbia, starring. No, I'm just going with. I have seen it though. I was fortunate enough. Janvier showed me a cut of it, and I mean, what else is there to say? I mean, he was built for the spy genre. So, when you say,
James Bond?
Well, yeah, I mean, gosh, like, when you say you should have his own film, I wholeheartedly agree. I would love to, help him star in a movie, where he's just basically just on a rampage killing people.
Wow. They're looking for the next James Bond right now, I understand.
Yeah, unfortunately for Janvier, they've confirmed that they're going with an older actor. So they're not going to young Bond. It's going to be an old Bond who's a seasoned veteran.
Okay. I can dye my beard,
You could. You know what? We're going to buy a whole bunch of cigars. We're going to get you to smoke like crazy. We're going to age that skin up.
Yeah, I can do that. Just a couple puffs on the screen. I know how to do that. I did that on a film back in the days.
Yeah.
But that was it.
I have not read that anywhere in IMDb. I've not read it anywhere that they've made that announcement yet. So nothing personal, but it looks like Richard, myself, and Michael would be in line for that movie.
Yeah,
we're the old guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I could. Yep, just give me a cane with some special weapons, and I'll be all ready to go. So, Lina, tell us about your character Laguna on Monster High.
Yes, it's a very different project. I only laugh because it's really, really different from Bulletproof. It's a Nickelodeon movie musical. I have rainbow hair and fins because I'm an ocean monster. Yeah, she's a very bubbly and like fierce person and really loyal. And yeah, it's a kids movie with like dancing and no guns.
So I guess you're ready for the Broadway Bulletproof then if it has dancing.
Well, that's what I was saying. I guess James just didn't do his dance moves. But I can teach you if you really want to be in the Broadway for Bulletproof.
I mean, careers go in different directions. You know,
Actually,
so.
I can't teach you because I really struggled in the dance section at Monster High, but we somehow made it happen. And we'll make it happen for Broadway.
Do all of you, Lina, you have a singing voice. I hear it wanting to escape from time to time. James, Janvier, do all of you have singing voices? I'm just curious because I hear a high pitch, Lina, and it's almost like you want to sing. Do you have a singing voice?
You are incorrect. I would say I'm just like an average singer. Nothing crazy. I am taking lessons because I need to get better. but yeah, no.
It just seems on some of your answers, it's like, do you want to sing your answer? It feels like. So
I think Vancouver, from what I've heard, Vancouver people like talk kind of like sing-songy. I've heard this from multiple people that we have an accent that's kind of like sing-songy English.
Song.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Would you agree with that, young man? Is it sing-songy? Janvier, would you agree with that? Yeah.
I'll have to hear her sing because even myself, I don't think I have a bad voice.
Okay. All right.
I'm the worst singer, so true. She probably, as she said, maybe like a singer or she's good. Can you sing as a song, Lina?
I don't think so, you guys. I think we're good. I don't have any songs in Monster High, so I think they knew what they were doing.
Not yet. Not yet.
That's funny. James, director, writer, actor. Is there a musician in there?
No, I can't play any instruments. I mean, I sing. I don't know if I'm selling.
He sings a lot. He sings a lot. Oh my God.
I said that
6 in the morning in the makeup chair. He's singing away.
Dude, that's not right. It's just not right.
You gotta wake up somehow.
It helped us all. It helped us all get in a good mood.
20 days of shooting, getting up and not sleeping. Coffee's not cutting it anymore. We got to get the dance on.
I hear you. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. All right, Michael.
Yeah, well, there must be some clips then on the editing floor that someone.
Oh hell yeah, there's got to be.
Oh,
yeah.
There's tons. There's a lot of material to work with for sure.
So when you guys were in the real big action scenes, did you flub your lines and then break out in song? Is that what happened, James?
Yes.
Actually, there probably were a couple of times at that action.
You did, really?
No, not that far. It was just between takes in the makeup chair.
Mm-hmm.
You're very professional.
All right, fair enough. All right, that's cool. So James, you got this one in. Would you want to write and direct and act again?
Oh yeah,
in the same thing.
Yeah, I'm
in the same thing. I'm sorry. Yes. Would you want to do that again?
Yeah. I'm preparing to do it again right now. So, I mean, it's a huge endeavor. It's not the only thing I do. Like I would just direct a film or I would just act in a film, but at the moment, I seem to be inspired, so I'm gonna run with it. You know.
He's already working on The Frenchman's Revenge, right?
Oh yeah, sure it is.
He's plotting. He's getting ready. I tell you.
Revenge.
Cool. If I may ask all three of you, I'm sorry, Janvier, I interrupted you.
I was responding to Richard
Yes.
as the Frenchman strike back. See how they say in those dog one. How do you call those series again? Never mind. I forgot the name.
It'll come to us right now. What was your crystallizing moment? Look, in life, we all think about that one moment or a happy memory. But when you were on this shoot in Bulletproof, when was it when you actually were able to like maybe pull back, look around, and it's like, wow, I'm here, I've arrived, or maybe even a surreal moment? Did you guys ever have that when you were a bit detached? James, as actor, director, and writer, I'm sure there was a lot of that. But for everyone, was there a moment that crystallized and you're just like, wow, this is really cool. Whether it was seeing the production from a distance or something that you were in. What was it? Anyone want to tackle that one?
Who's gonna start? I don't want to.
Mine's easy. I mean, you're right. There were multiple moments, but there was one key night when we were shooting in the desert and we were just wrapping up, and the sun was almost down.
Desert in British Columbia. I know. You said there is. I just find that amusing because I know you're way up north. Like
I know it is kind of crazy. It's just like it had this blue light to it, and it was just magical. And we were on, we were fortunate enough to shoot on this beautiful indigenous land where, the desert was. And it was really cool. Really, really cool. We all got a chance to take a deep breath, and most of the cast and crew were gone. It was just me and some of the keys. And yeah, with a big open sky and the expanse like that, you definitely get a moment.
Wow, that's cool. I appreciate that. Lina, if you'd like.
That's so cute. That's literally the background on my phone is from that day that you just mentioned. It's that like sunset from that day.
Oh, cool.
I just liked so much. It was just such a lovely, incredible, surreal day that we were shooting in like such a beautiful area, and it was like the most stunning sunset ever. I feel like I had moments like that basically every single day that we were shooting. I'd have like a moment where I'm like, whoa. Like I'm actually living through this, and this is not like some sort of dream. Like this is my life, and yeah, like mostly every day. The one that Clayton mentioned, and then we had a scene in the airplane graveyard. The one with me and James towards the end of the movie. I'm not going to spoil it, but that day was really magical too. Just yeah, I don't know. I'm like trying to think through it all. Yeah, it was all really magical and special.
That's cool, Lina. I appreciate that. And that's probably, I should have crystallized it. When was that magical moment, that movie magic moment? So thank you for that, Janvier. When was the moment, either the movie magic or it's like, dude, this is cool. That moment that you were like maybe talking to yourself or you were able to share it with someone else, if you would.
Yeah. So there is a day, my first day shooting in a tunnel. I remember a night before, I couldn't sleep for some reasons. And I went to set. It was my very first day on set. And it was all about me, kicking those guys' asses. And they all start man, and I know them. And after I finished the scene, I was a little bit nervous at the beginning. But after I was like, you know what? It's like another day on set. Jim said everything is good, so let me do what I came here to do. And then after we finished shooting, there was this gentleman, the veteran, who were on set. So they were behind the monitor and they were seeing everything that we were doing. And then after they're like, oh yeah, you're good. And can we take a picture? Like, okay, yeah, me. Like, I thought they were talking about James, and then they're like, yeah, you. And when I took a picture with them, I remember after the shoot, I went in a hotel where we were staying, and bought myself a bottle of Jameson. And yes, first day was successful, and then the rest is gonna be awesome. So I always remember that day.
That is cool. I appreciate that. That is some awesome insight. I noticed that on the website or on IMDb, there was a shorter preview, and maybe we can get to that one in just a little bit. But look, we've been on for a while. We did not commit to time, and I'm sorry. We are famous for going on forever. So we're going to be here, and we don't mean to make you suffer, but that might be the out. But no, we will go forever. So tell us whatever else you would like. I was ready to go to the next preview, which we could talk about, which I think was a shorter one.
Yeah, it's probably the international teaser trailer.
Oh, okay. That one I had, yeah.
Yeah, which, I mean, yeah, you can most welcome, most certainly play. I will just say that at some point I am going to have to tuck my young son into bed.
I heard him. Yes, I did hear him a little while ago. And I guess that's why I got a little nervous. And being the idiot sexist one that I am, I was like, is that Lina's? No. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I got a 14-month-old son, so probably at around like 7:45 in like 15 minutes, I'm gonna have to put on my dad duty and tickle that little guy and then put him to sleep with a book.
See, this is cool, James, because again, Lina, I have to apologize to you because I was thinking, okay, well, who was it? And to think that you have the headsets, so we couldn't hear it anyway, right? Mm-hmm. But it was funny because James is not wearing, earphones or a headset, so I really got that one wrong. But I'm going to find that preview real quick. I'm going to ask my co-host because I jumped ahead. I was on Janvier's page, and I got to get back to that preview. So,
gotta get back
co-host,
to the preview.
Help me out.
Well, we're go ahead, Richard.
I was going to say, going back to Janvier's talking about Strikes Back, were you thinking of Star Wars or the Pink Panther?
Yeah, it was Star Wars. Yeah, it was a Star Wars. That's
you forgot Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, for now, my movie is the Bulletproof. The Bulletproof is that's what it in my head right now. So I forgot everything else.
But you're thinking along the correct lines, though, Janvier, because the Bulletproof. Like if I had my way, it would be kind of that serial kind of thing that Star Wars or Indiana Jones or any of those movies were doing. So it's a good suggestion.
All right.
And so then there'll be TV series and all these other things that will go along with it. Correct, James?
Well, you never know. I mean, you could be lucky.
I can't wait for the Frenchman lunchbox. That's gonna be.
Love you, Richard. Love you very much. You know that.
That's funny. I like that one, folks. This is a shorter teaser, and folks, don't be shy. Please jump in if you have any comments, and then we'll talk about it real quick after it's done. So here we go. This one only runs 1:27. I believe the first one ran 1:59. But let me shut up and play.
Some dude busts in here, takes our cash, drives out of here in your car.
Get out of the trunk.
This is my only chance to get home.
You try to steal my wife, an unborn son.
You're a drug lord's wife.
You can't just leave me in the middle of nowhere.
She's running away.
We'll never stop.
I want every crackhead and every banger out there looking for her. Get her back!
He will kill me.
He's still alive. Get him!
I should have buckled up.
Could you not? It's bad for the baby.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah, it's the UK trailer.
Wow, that is cool. Folks, I do apologize. I could not get rid of the play button. I'm sorry. I really messed up on that one.
Mr. Clayton, that bag full of money, how much of that is real and how much of it newsprint?
Well, none of it's real. I mean, some of the top was just film money, but a lot of it's newsprint and just paper doubles. So like the top layer, just the top layer of the top layer was film money.
So you just print that off on a laser printer and you're good to go.
No, we actually got it from like I mean, you could do it on a laser printer, but we got it from a film prop rental house. Yeah. So we went and picked up like a brick of it, basically.
So does that money have to say a movie prop on it to make sure that you don't get busted for counterfeiting?
You know what? I know it says something. There's something that they do to it for sure, that it's not counterfeit. I think when you look at the details, the logo doesn't actually really match up in any way.
Yeah, I've noticed in some movies that when you really look close, you can tell it's fake. You know.
Yeah, there's
But,
like certain symbols and stuff that you're not allowed to really put on.
yeah, because supposedly there are some laws, at least here in the United States, that you cannot photograph money, and there are some regulations. I don't know how it would be in Canada, but yeah, fair enough. So, James, all kidding aside, you said your boy, right? How old is he? 15 months now? Did I get that right?
Almost. Yeah, he's 14 months old.
Oh, 14. I'm sorry.
You're gonna
Good
be in
for
the
you, man.
bulletproof too.
Sorry, what was that, Janvier?
I say he gotta be in a bulletproof too.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know if I want him in the film industry. I mean, of course, if he's drawn to it, I would support him. But it's such a long road, right? It's very tough, and I wouldn't want to push him into it if he didn't really love it. I think you really have to love the industry.
But to have him in the movie, you would have to have twins because of all the regulations and how many hours.
The hours.
Yeah.
I can start working on that. Well, actually, no, it's too late.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't want to be responsible for it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we would take responsibility for that, right, Richard? Yeah, that would be good. All right. When I prepare people's taxes, they're always asking me, because I do that as well. They say, hey, so how can I save money? And I've told my clients as well, go have another child, right?
Yeah.
And a year later, they're like, good, look. Like, wow. I can't believe that people actually followed my instructions. It's happened a few times. Yeah. So it would be kind of cool. But all kidding aside, look, James, I guess my last question to you is, and I appreciate the insight on the Hollywood business. What would you have done had you not entered the Hollywood business? And then I would ask everyone else. And I know you're all very young in your careers and all, and it's probably a dumb question, but we're talking bulletproof right now. Had you not taken your decisions, what do you think you would be doing?
Well, I started going to school because I was going to become a doctor. And then I decided, well, I'm so artistic and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, just kidding. Just kidding.
So I might have very well have become a doctor, but at the same time, it's hard for me to answer because as I've matured now, after all these years, I realize that I'm best suited at communicating. I really, really feel comfortable talking and facilitating with people. So, I mean, doctor, does fit that bill, but I wonder, what other kind of calling that would have been, because I feel like I have a lot to give. And I mean, it's certainly, I get to fulfill that with filmmaking and directing and producing. But who knows? Maybe I'll do a career change one day. You never know.
Hey, keep making movies. That's all I ask.
Oh, I have no intention of stopping.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Lina? Uh-oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Or Roger's dogs are barking too loud.
Oh, can you hear my... Oh, my goodness. Okay. I'll go quiet.
No,
boy.
I lost it.
Oh, yeah, we maybe have... Sometimes you have to reset. It can take a little bit. Yeah. If you want to exit real quick and then try accessing the link, that probably would be the best thing. It does happen from time to time. I've lost my feed too. StreamYard is a merciless.
Is that
there you are.
There you are. Yes.
Okay. I think it just went to my headphones microphone, which is actually broken. So I don't know why it just went to that.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. Wait. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Well, plan A was acting, but I always had a plan B in place, which was I majored in psychology and then I minored in business, and I kind of wanted to go into marketing research because those two kind of go hand in hand. So that was the plan, but I think I'm going to stick with acting because it's a lot more fun and way more fulfilling.
That is cool. Janvier?
I went to school being an accountant, but I was lucky enough to work as an assistant 6 months, and then I knew right away that my plan B, I'm not enjoying it at all. I was like, I'm going to go to follow acting, whatever it takes. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, but maybe if acting wasn't an option, I could go back and do accounting. Yeah.
Oh wow, that is
Well,
cool.
don't stop either of you. I'm glad that you chose your plan Bs or your plan As, because you certainly have a lot to contribute still to the film industry. So I certainly want to cast you guys. Don't quit anytime soon.
Yeah.
I'm quitting tomorrow if you're casting me.
No.
Actually, I'll let you.
Well, she's
cast
going
me,
into
and
musical
2
theater
months into
now.
shooting, I'll quit on you.
Yeah.
Not let you finish the movie. I'm kidding.
Oh, definitely. We don't. No, we don't want to do that.
No.
That is so cool, though, that you did the project together. You're still talking about it, and you're actually talking about doing something in the future. That is cool. We would love to see that. I know we were busting you a little bit on trying to give out some information and future stuff. I know a lot of that is up in the air. It is, but we hope to see some stuff.
Well, thank you for that. I mean, it's up in the air, but some of it's legitimately in process that's going to happen, but we're just unfortunately can't announce anything officially yet.
And James, and I appreciate that. And if what I said was dismissive in any way, I hope I didn't mean to. I said it as the rookie Hollywood watcher.
Oh, no, I didn't take it that way. No, I didn't take it wrong at all. No, I was just saying that, most of the time you're certainly right. Things are up in the air. It can be kind of nebulous. There's like a lot of hopes and stuff. But I think, fortunately enough, we're in a position where there's a few irons in the fire, and we kind of have to keep our cards close to our chest at the moment. But I have to say, I'm starting to hear Elmo's Wonderful World come to an end. Which, if anyone's familiar with Sesame Street.
Yeah, and we definitely don't want to get you in any trouble. But James, let me tell you, it's been a lot of fun being able to get some of your insight, and it was really good being able to have a conversation with you. And hopefully we can have one again real soon. Now, Richard, my last thought, Richard did comment. If you guys are interested, I don't know how we could or would, but if you guys wanted to do a commentary track, that would be kind of cool, man.
I would be very much interested in that. I'd be very much interested.
Yeah, it would be interesting. I'm just throwing that out there. I think it would be a lot of fun. I don't know how we'd be able to do it, but look, we would be able to.
Why don't we continue the conversation, offline, and maybe it's something where we do. I don't know how we would get the permission to do it, but we do live streaming commentary or something. It would be kind of like a private screening commentary. I'd be open to any of that.
You know what? Let's talk about that, because we could probably record it, but we can't show it. And then we could invite people to say, okay, watch the movie and listen to the commentary. That would be kind of cool.
We'll see. There's probably there's going to be some legal hoops to jump through, but
yeah, who knows?
It. Yeah, it was a sincere pleasure to be on the show as well. Thank you so much.
James, thank you.
You could do a Mystery Theater 3000.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Maybe you could. Hey, James, did you appreciate my sight lines? Because I'm not looking at anything, right?
Oh, absolutely. No, I appreciate the whole
Brady Bunch. At a light that's dimmed. And for Janvier, I know you can't see it, but I have a massive Darth Vader up here. So I focused in on Darth Vader. It's funny. I won't be able to smile. Yeah. There it is.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah, I was actually every time I was talking to you, I was talking to Darth Vader. I thought it was kind of funny, but it's all good. So, James, thank you. I guess we'll just finish up real quick with Lina and Janvier. And
I got to run soon.
Yeah, we won't keep them very long either. We just wanted to give each one an ending. So,
well, have a fantastic evening, guys, and I hope to be on the show again for the sequel and the others.
That would be a lot of fun. No, that is cool.
For having us in your studios. It was fun.
All right.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yeah, Lina, thank you. It was great getting your insight as well. And we look forward to seeing what you guys are going to be doing real soon. We are going to be following you guys because for us, it's exciting for us to be able to speak to you guys and you guys sharing your evening with us and with your audience. It is exciting for us being able to get insight and to learn about you guys and what you do and your takes on your projects, and it's fun, and it's very kind of you to share that. So it's good, Lina. Thank you, and Janvier as well. If you guys have any last thoughts or comments, by all means, the video floor is yours.
I don't think I have anything else to say. I feel like we've covered a lot.
We did.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us, you guys. That was fun.
It's very kind. If you have any projects that you're working on, let us know. We would love to post it, and we will be following in a good way. And anytime you have something up, and anytime you want to talk about anything, let us know. Seriously, we would love.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
You guys were great, and it was fun watching it, folks. Bulletproof, check it out. I forgot to ask if there was a website for it, but they can find it at IMDb.
Yeah.
You know what? We have to do our homework. We'll see if we can find it.
Yeah,
Guys,
it might be on our webpage because I put all the information that we did. Let me double check because I can check really quick.
Wow!
Because I did it like a month ago, so I can't remember.
Okay, I was gonna say, Lina, Janvier, did you notice? We didn't plan.
You didn't what?
We did not plan. Can you tell?
Oh, it's really not that bad. You guys are fine.
did, but it was a month ago. So
yeah,
no, it's
all
fine.
good.
It's fine. You're good.
Bulletproof can be rented from Amazon and YouTube.
There it is.
I believe the DVD and Blu-ray are already out. Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
So everybody listening to this program, either rent it or go buy it as fast as you can.
Hell yeah. Good stuff. All right, guys, thank you.
Cool.
And we look forward to seeing you guys in the future.
Awesome. Thanks so much, you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
Bye.
We're going to be finishing up right here, right now. And absolutely awesome. Folks, once again, you guys got to check out the movie Bulletproof. It is a lot of fun. And it's cool, man. So, Richard, I know you did see it. And
yes, I did.
What'd you think?
I already told you I liked it. I mean,
okay, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I did watch it. I thought I wasn't sure, but then I thought, what the heck? I watched it and I liked it. Because I didn't want to be on tonight, so I did watch it and I did enjoy it. Like I said, I liked the way it went, and I hope there is a sequel because I'd like to see more of these characters. And I'd like to get a little bit more of a backstory, especially on the thief, to find out that his real name is Richard. And I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just kidding. It could be anything. But anyway, I enjoyed it. I rented it from Amazon, and it was well worth the price.
Wow, excellent. Appreciate that. Michael, any other thoughts, or did you want any announcements? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm still working on confirming our November guests because they're both on filming right now. So I've sent messages, to confirm the dates, but I haven't heard back yet. So it may be the last minute. So everyone keep on the webpage to check any updates of when people are going to be on. So.
Oh, hey, it's all good stuff. Right now, James Clayton, Lina Lecompte, and Janvier Katabarwa from Bulletproof were on tonight. On November 7th, of course, we have John Billingsley. On November 14th, Saul Rubinek. You know him from Warehouse 13, Star Trek The Next Generation, The Most Toys. And he had a significant role in the movie Family Man, opposite Nicolas Cage. So it's really cool.
And he was also on for about a season on Frasier.
Really?
Yep. He was Daphne's fiance, and they were going to get married, but I'm not going to ruin the spoiler for you. What happened on their wedding night? What twist happened? Finally, but anyway, that's me.
That's funny. That's good. No, I like that, folks. Tomorrow on Blog Talk Radio, Fandom Access. On Thursday, we have also on Blog Talk Radio, our website, NDB Media, and you can find it. Everything that we do is on the NDB Media website. Travel Edge Radio is on at 5 p.m. Pacific time. The aforementioned Fandom Access is on at 7 p.m. Pacific time. And I skipped over Wednesday. You saw Casey Shapiro. She's the producer of the Rock and Roll Shrink. We're going to have a repeat on Wednesday at 8 p.m. I have to program that one. And then on Saturday morning, Sports Talk with the Guys is on the video portion. And on Sunday, we have on Blog Talk Radio at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, we have Casey Shapiro on The Walking Dead. And they're nearing the end of the original OG series, The Walking Dead. They're in the final episodes. The universe is not coming to an end, but the original series that got it going is coming to an end. They're in their final episodes. So, really good stuff. A lot of stuff is going on. I give the obligatory shout out, which is well earned and well deserved, to both Richard and Michael. Michael is doing a phenomenal job on the website. And had I been doing it, it would still say, parked here, courtesy of Google. No, GoDaddy. Yeah. So it's really good stuff. You can check out everything at ndbmedia.net.
And also a shout out to Michael for getting the guests for us to interview.
As a matter of fact, I did give you a shout out on that as we began, right, Richard?
Yeah,
or Michael?
Yeah, you did.
So then I must have missed it. My bad.
You missed that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, he should get a second. He should get an encore.
Hell yeah! Are you gonna take the
Richard
file
will
there,
be
Michael?
taking that over next month, right?
What? Doing what?
Getting the guests. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. If I knew how to do that.
Yeah.
But
you just ask.
I just asked, hey, what you doing tomorrow night? Whatever.
Yeah. Send out, several hundred emails and see what happens.
See if anybody responds. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you're getting responses though, Mike.
I'm getting some.
Yeah.
Because we seem to be pretty booked up until December.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's him. That's his doing.
well, I know that. I'm just saying we've got things in the pipe, and I don't know what else he's got to surprise us with. I don't know what he's working on, but
surprisingly, there is a lot in the pipe, and like our guests a few moments ago, we have to hold them close to the vest. Not that we're, what's not the word suspicious, but superstitious. It's just better that we don't say anything until
we've learned.
I understand. You don't want to count your chickens before they're hatched.
Oh, and I'm an idiot. I count them huevos all the time.
Yeah, and some of them
they must be Richard.
They get commitments, and they say they'll do it, and then they get a new film, and then they can't do it. So, and that's understandable. So,
I just found out from Creation Entertainment. This is me because I'm stupid. That they're going to have a Game of Thrones convention.
That doesn't surprise me.
I was stunned. I didn't know. This is like their first ever, and it's going to be here December 9th through the 11th, Los Angeles, California. Like, wow.
And so you're going, right?
I think I am, yes. I think I am. I was genuinely shocked.
So are you going to go as a media representative?
I'm going to ask, but Creation Entertainment is notorious on a no. So
I guess you have to go undercover then, Raj.
Well, what I will do is I'm still going to go in. I mean, we've been around for 15 years. They know who we are. So whether they'll actually give us the entry or not, it doesn't matter. I get it. It's a business. I will more than likely just purchase a ticket myself and go in. But this is brand new. It is, again, it's crazy. Now, I understand that their Creation Entertainment has said that they're not going to go forward with the Sopranos convention. That one was apparently going to be December 17th through the 18th, but it's out. So that was a bit of a disappointment. But beyond that, I'm excited about the Game of Thrones one. I'm going to have to be there December 9th through the 11th. And that's cool,
awesome.
Michael, Yeah, because I'm getting back from Washington, D.C. Like that Monday, and that's going to be that weekend. So, yeah, I've got to get my tickets. I'm probably going to be there for at least one, if not two of the days, but we shall see. All right. If you guys want to go to any conventions, you guys have to talk to me off screen. So, if you guys want to go, let me know. So, but that's already internal stuff.
It looks like the Bears are going to beat the Patriots.
Really? Did I choose the Bears?
I have no idea. I know I picked the Patriots.
You and I were opposite each other on quite a bit of stuff. Actually, you were the outlier on a lot of them, Richard. That was funny. But that's our Sports Talk with the Guys program.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right.
Let's line this one up.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. I was like, yeah.
You know, I should know better to bring that up when Michael's here. He doesn't like that at all.
Actually, he doesn't mind that. No, he's been in on Sports Talk with the Guys.
Yeah, but not talking sports.
You've been there. You've been on the program too.
But not talking sports.
Okay, all together now. Mike has been on the program, but not talking sports.
Precisely. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Folks, this was a lot of fun. Other than me being an old sexist jackass, I thought it went very well. So I owe our guest a professional apology because I assumed something and I was like, oops. So I was like, dude, keep your head down. Don't be stupid. Keep your head down. It's like, wow, that was not one of my better moments. But we're all good. Folks, that's going to be it. We thank you for joining us. And thank you, Michael. Thank you, Richard. Folks, there is a lot of stuff in the pipeline. And a lot of that is due to Richard, and it is due to Michael. And I'm eternally grateful. This is a lot of fun. And feels like when we started up years ago, and I'm the lucky one that gets to do this. So I consider myself fortunate. Thank you for spending time with us and visiting. He's Richard. That's Michael. I'm Roger. Oh no, that was Lord Michael.
Yeah, at the beginning, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just Roger. Richard, take us away because we'll see you guys on the other side.
Everybody have a good week. Look forward to seeing you next week. At all our programs. And everybody have a good week and good day.